opening statement, get any questions.
Well, obviously a very tough game, but I would start off with obviously I sent out a message last night, but first give respect to Dick Butkus and obviously one of the best that's ever played a game, let alone at Illinois or in the NFL, one of the best players to ever play the game, and on top of that, one of the true pleasures of my job that I didn't know coming into it was the opportunity to meet him last year and you know, shake a guy's hand and visit with someone who I respected growing up my entire life, and then to be able to have that relationship over the last year is something I was really looking forward to growing. But I reached out to his family that I've been able to meet, from his son to Luke, just a tremendous person. So we're condolences to his family, and obviously our guys did a moment of silence today. We, after our usually at night games we come over and get a little flex stretch, and we came over and went out and gathered around the statue and gave a moment of silence and a prayer, and just unfortunate, but wish we could have given the family a weekend of wins this year. This weekend would have been awesome. So the game itself just extremely infuriating. You know, to start off offensively, to take it down the length of the field and stall out literally on the half-yard line with two consecutive plays, just and then to happen again in the second half, just inexcusable. Very frustrating. In 15 years of coaching, never been in this position where we can't gain a half a yard. Just absolutely insane. So we'll look at what we have asked our guys to do. We obviously got to change the equation and the answer, because we can't afford those moments. Like, I don't know what the point total or yardage total was, but I'm sure it was our defense did a nice job in the second half, especially shutting them out. Obviously gave up a free one on the turnover in the kicking game, but we got to convert points. Bottom line, that's what it is. We can't win any games doing this without scoring points. So we'll really attack that as we have and get different answers and hopefully get different results. Injury-wise, had a lot of guys banged up coming into this game. Unfortunately, I think got some guys banged up. Don't know anything about their injuries right now at this point, but you know, there's a lot of guys doing good things. A lot of guys effort this week during practice. A short work week. You know, the desire and attitude and energy into this game was really at a high level. I thought our guys prepared for the moment, and obviously didn't get the right results. I know it's extremely frustrating for everybody, from our players ourselves to our fans to our families to the you know, university administration. It's just to be a 2-4 football team right now is just absolutely a very painful thing. Wish I could get better answers other than we'll make the adjustments, make some corrections, make changes, and hopefully move forward against Maryland. So with that, open up for questions.
Brett, you said this is the most frustrated you've been as a head coach. Why and how do you fix that?
Yeah, well, it's right now in the moment. I've been frustrated before, but yeah, like I literally want to know. Okay, if we didn't get it, what's the next one? What are we going to do on the next one, right? And that's what we got to get our coaches to do, is move forward, right? Like, okay, the answer wasn't there. What are we going to do to change it, right? Like, and that's what we have to do. And obviously, as a head coach, that's falls directly on me. So we can't have the same repeated answers. It's just infuriating to have the same issues pop up over and over and over and again, and that's what gets frustrating.
So how do you approach that with your staff?
Changes.
What kind of changes?
Wish I could tell you right now. I just coming off field. I just know that when you have failure, you got to change and you know, change the results. To change the results, sometimes it changes scheme. Obviously, it's change a call. It's whatever it has to be, but you know, we got to have better results than doing that change.
And that first drive you mentioned falling short. So talk to go to Caden, just given his size and the little bit of length that you needed for a touchdown.
Well, I think the little bit of length or a lot of length, like if we can't get any movement at the line of scrimmage, point of attack, I didn't get a chance to see the replay. I didn't get a chance to see anything other, because we moved right away over on defense. But you know, it's not a matter of length; it's a matter of movement, right? Like they have to be able to move guys at the line of scrimmage, and on 3 different occasions we failed to do that.
What are you seeing from the offense where, I mean, move the ball pretty well, then get within side of the end zone, it seems to stall out?
Yeah, doesn't do it any good, right? Close doesn't count in anything, right? You know, so like to get to those points and to have 0 points come out of it, you know, I really, you know, felt strongly about, you know, the fourth down calls to give us a touchdown. Where at that point, you know, it's before we went on third down, I told them they had 2 downs, right? So like, it's not like we just decided to go for it when it was third down and short didn't go. Like I said, hey, you got 2 downs, right? And unfortunately, we can't get it in.
Coach, how do you think the defense handled the quick change situations?
Yeah, I thought you know the only one that I was frustrated with was our first one, but they ended up buckling up finally. But they took it basically from the 6-inch line and converted it down and turned it into a field goal opportunity. But our defense has continued to make some strides. A lot of guys, to have Tariq not in there, so it really fell on the heels of Dylan and Kanena, and then in the back end, we've obviously lost some players in the secondary that have been big issues for us, and we got to do a better job, especially some third downs early on. I thought there were some third downs we let them off the hook, which gave them some scoring opportunities.
But what was Josh McCray dealing with, and when did that kind of pop
Yeah,
up?
I'm sorry, I should have said that. So Josh came out of last Saturday's game. Was stiff on Saturday. On Sunday, we thought it was kind of a muscular issue. He had a really stiff neck, and then they didn't get any better, so then we MRI'd it, and then literally on Tuesday or Wednesday, we found out that he had an issue that will basically eliminate him for the rest of the season. So still a work in progress, finding out exactly where we're at, but as of right now, they're looking at probably a 3-month recovery. Nothing surgical at this point, but something that's going to eliminate him for probably the remainder of this season.
And then we saw Reggie leave. What do you guys, depth-wise, at running
Yeah.
back? It seems like you're getting thin. What
Yeah, Reg, I give him a lot of credit. Last week he was really close, just didn't want to put him in that situation. And then this week he really practiced pretty much from Tuesday on, and battled through it. I think he was a little bit, gimped up, I think, especially after a couple of hits this game. But Caden's been awesome. Aiden's been really good. Fidanzo is our third running back now. Reggie, I know he left the game and didn't come back, so I don't know where he's going to be at coming forward. But I do like those 2 freshmen and what they bring. So this puts them in the limelight. I've had freshman running backs rush for 1,000 before, so I'm excited to see their personality and their demeanor take over. They've been absolutely awesome to work with.
Coach, I know you're just coming off the field, but tomorrow, what's tomorrow for you? I mean, you said you've been in this spot before. What did you always do like before?
I think tomorrow is going to be a huge analysis of obviously what failed in the game. Right, you can't let things cloud your vision about reacting too quickly. So I think to get in tomorrow, watch the film. I do understand, right, that we're limited in certain spots about the options to go in different directions if we're not happy with what a player can execute or do. But we just gotta do a good job of giving them answers that they can do, right? I think that's our biggest thing, is we can't just repeatedly ask them to do something that we don't have success with. I think that's the key to find out for us. And then tomorrow will be a big inventory about who we think we could project to get back by Maryland, right? Because it's going to be so important to get critical reps for the guys that especially if we're bringing new people off the bench. I was excited. Brendan Henderson today got in the game. I thought he practiced really well last week, and I'm excited to see how he played on film. There's standard usual guys, I think, that continue to show up and make plays. Tip Ryman, Casey Washington, obviously Isaiah, Luke, I think, did some good things today, but it's going to be interesting to see how he looks after watching film.
Brett, in reality, how much does the offensive line depth, because of injury, you were down 2 starters tonight, just impact what you want to do?
Yeah, it was a position that we were very concerned about coming into fall camp. Had a couple guys that we were, hopefully going to count on that unfortunately haven't been with us. So nobody's going to give us any help, right? No one's going to catch us any break, but we got to continue to recruit offensive linemen and bring the guys along that haven't played and continue to bring them, develop them. Des Schuster did start repping with us and should be back with us sooner than later, and that's another body that will be in there. And then obviously the development. I think Hunter Whiteneck is his first start today. I'm kind of excited to see how he played and what he did. I know he's got the great attitude, great mentality, great demeanor, but obviously bottom line results are what matter.
But are you guys as an offense comfortable putting your quarterback under center, or is that not something that you guys are comfortable with?
Yeah, as of right now, it wasn't something we were comfortable with, but like that, obviously in short yardage situations, and I literally watched Michigan last week convert numerous third and shorts, fourth and shorts from a quarterback zone reads that's very similar to us and what we do, and obviously felt good with it, but weren't able to execute it. And I know another team's another team, but we have to understand. I think the easy, obvious question is, all right, everybody's screaming for a quarterback under center, but if it's not something we function with, we can't really do it.
Brett, you talk about tough, smart, dependable all the time, turnovers, penalties, mental errors. What's gone wrong there, and how do you correct that in season?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's everything that we recruit to, what we develop, what we preach, and you know, when they don't work on our behalf, it's part of the reason why we fail, right? There's no doubt in my mind that a team that's able to play a little bit with less penalties, the two that are absolutely just screaming at me are the penalties and the turnovers, right? And the turnovers on downs also fall into that category. So, you know, I think the frustrating thing was in the second half, I think we finally convert that third down, and you know, and nobody cares more than Griffin Moore, and I know he wants to be there, but it's a routine tackle and the ball can't come out. It's just what it is. Like I don't know what else to say. Like, we can't give the ball away and put our offense or our defense. I think, you know, the way they drive started, I would hate to know what their drive start average was from an offense standpoint, because it seemed like it was in our territory all day long.
Thanks, guys.